Maite and welcome to my channel. I'm just gonna give a couple quick disclaimers before we get on to the video. Primeiro eu queria falar que tem legendas disponíveis em todos os vídeos que eu faço. É só ir no botãozinho de configuração e engrenagemzinha, legendas e selecionar português. So this January I am going to New York City for a musical theater workshop, and that might make me a little bit unable to post every Sunday, but I'll do my best. And when I come back on February, I'm gonna have some really nice content for you guys. Some New York City vlogs showing how the New York Film Academy works, so stay tuned because really, I mean it now. Some really nice things are coming on February. So if you do not see my face in the next couple of weeks, that's why, but I'll be back as soon as I can with as much content as I possibly can. And before we get on to the video, I just wanted to make a kind request. If you can, please subscribe to my channel. I'm going to be really happy about it. It's going to make my 2020 a lot better. And comment down below one thing that you plan to do differently in 2020. I just want to say that the things that I'm going to mention now are in no particular order, and that I am no specialist in making your life better. I'm just giving my personal opinion, so I hope you like that. So, 2019 is over, which is pretty insane because it's pretty much the end of a decade, although that information can be questioned because some people say the decade only ends in 2021, but anyway, it's crazy. So many things have happened in the last 10 years. The world has changed so much in the last 10 years. It's absolutely insane that we're about to enter 2020. So since this is a pretty milestone for pretty much everyone, I decided to reflect upon my actions in 2019 and try to find exactly what could make 2020 better. What could I do differently in 2020 that I have not done any year before? I have to be completely honest with you guys, I'm not someone who usually sets goals for the next year because I believe our lives are like a continuous thing. We have to be in constant change. But since I understand that some people like goals, I thought, why not try it this year? So I've put together 7 goals for 2020 that are definitely going to make your life better. Number 1, and I have to say, I think it's the most important one of all, is finding balance. I think balance is present in every aspect of our lives, from what we eat, to what we do, to what we listen to. And finding balance is a goal that I want to set for 2020 because I don't want to label myself as only one thing. So I want to understand in 2020 that I am not what I eat, I am not what I do, that I am a combination of a lot of things, and that I have to learn to balance those kind of things. So this year I want to understand, and I want you guys to think of that too, and how you can incorporate that in your life. What I like to do, and a tip that I would like to give you guys to keep balance this year is get a little sheet of paper and let's get back to geometry class. So what I do with my sheet of paper is I write down the things in my life that are more important to me and that I have to balance out. For instance, college, work, YouTube, family, friends, a relationship, a hobby. Write those things down that you have trouble keeping track of which one you're doing the most. And you understand why I said get back to geometry class. I'd like you to draw a circle like a pizza, like a pizza graphic, and assign each one of the things you wrote a different color. I have terrible drawing skills, so I am really shy to show mine. But anyway, I'm just gonna explain to you guys while I kindly show it from a distance so that you don't really see how terribly I draw. And in my pizza graphic here, I tried to divide it equally so that each one of them has a piece of my pizza. I know it seems pretty basic, but you are going to see how much that really helps you control and keep track of the things you're doing and find balance. Back of my cup, guys. Now it's not a unicorn cup, it's Portuguese for live, love, and laugh. So number 2 goal for 2020 is patience. Somebody tell me where to find that, because I'm not patient enough to wait to find it. But patience is key to having a good year. You have to remind yourself that some things are just out of your control and there's nothing you can do about them, and you just have to wait and let them pass, or wait and let them come. So finding patience is a rather individual quest, I'd say, but as a very anxious person, I know how difficult that is. But I wanted to set that as a goal so that I can remind myself to actually look for it and not be crazy waiting for it to come, because patience is not something that comes to you, it's something that you have to do your inner work. the way that I think I can find patience this year, in that I just wanted to share with you guys, is giving things space. Because while you have so many things going on in your mind, it is hard to be patient. Because those things, hey birds, so pretty. Because those things, they are just knocking in your head, and it's hard to get them out. And then you get anxious because you want to solve them, and then your patience just pretty much goes away very far. So find something that really gets everything out of your mind. Be it a book, be it a TV series, be it drawing, singing, dancing, but something that you don't have any responsibility. We all feel this weight on our shoulders when we're not doing something useful or that we don't consider useful, but giving our heads, our minds, space just to relax and just to exist is useful. Allowing yourself to have a moment to cool down is essential in order to find your patience, because if you're just overflowing yourself with stuff that you have to do, even though you enjoy doing those things, they become obligations, and the moment they become obligations, you stop enjoying them, and then your mind gets crowded, and it's not good at all. Just don't, guys. Allow yourself to have a quiet space, allow yourself to have a moment for yourself, and to just do things that just get your mind out of everything. That way you can find your number 2, patience. Number 3, which is something that often slips our mind, but that I really want to make present in 2020, is altruism, also known as selflessness. Is something that I'm really looking forward to pursue in this year on a daily basis. Just looking at the person next to me and actually trying to understand and actually seeing them. Because often that old cliche happens to us, you know, we are lonely on a crowd. And the reason why that happens is because each of us is just so centered in our own minds, in our own little world, in our own little problems, that we forget that the person right next to us is not actually just a piece of meat. So something that I really want to do this year is actually see the people next to me. Be it close friends, be it family, be it someone in college that you never talked to, or your work, seeing them and actually trying to understand them without judgment. Just being someone that I can talk to, just being there for them, you know. I think altruism is simply getting our minds and our eyes out of us and just directing it to somebody else, which is so nice. And you're gonna find that you make so many friends doing that you just figure out some more things about yourself when you're looking at the person next to you. So altruism is definitely on my list. Number 4 on my list is something often underrated and undertalked, is humility. Understanding that we are flawed and seeing those flaws as opportunities to grow is key to a happy life. And I've had trouble doing that. I've had trouble looking at my flaws as an opportunity to grow. I often try to hide them, bury them really deep, and just focus on the things that I'm good at. But having the humility to see that we are flawed and that is okay is so amazing. Because when you understand that you were bad at something, you know that you were bad at it and that someone else is better at it. And maybe they deserve the praising for that because maybe they love that more than you do. And we have to understand that it is okay to be bad at some things. And it is okay to admit it. And it's okay to learn. You know, it's okay to say, no, I am bad at it, you are good, so teach me. Being humble and admitting our flaws, admitting our mistakes, saying I am sorry, they are important, again, to keep a balanced life, because you are never 100% perfect and you were never 100% flawed. And humility, I think, is exactly admitting it and embracing it. Number 5 on our list connects somehow with number 4, but is simply giving up perfectionism. Around a month ago, I came across this quote that pretty much would have changed my whole life if I had seen it sooner. Perfectionism leads to procrastination, that leads to giving up. I don't know who did that, but thanks. Thanks for saying it. And that is so present in my life, especially when I'm doing something I really love. This year I had to write a lot of essays for some applications, for some different kind of things. And the thing is, I wanted to get it so right and I wanted it to be so perfect that I never actually did them. The deadline was 2 days away when I finally realized that if I didn't actually write them, they would never be perfect because they wouldn't even exist. And I think that is so present in our lives because we are all trying to get it right. We are trying to be perfect, be it whatever on Instagram, be it in anything we do, in an essay we write, a song we try to write, in something we play, in a sport we play, whatever. If we all try to be perfect all the time, and that perfectionism keeps us from actually getting things done, then it is getting on our way. I'm not saying don't aim for the best. Do aim for the best. I always have, and I always will aim for the best, and we should all do that. But perfectionism is a whole new level of that. It is demanding from yourself so much that you can actually never ease and do what you have to do. So a goal for my 2020, and hopefully for yours if this is helpful, is definitely just letting go of that perfectionism and just giving myself some space to make mistakes, because it's alright. Number 6 is a really personal goal, but I want to share with you guys anyway, to be completely transparent, is more trust and faith. I think that trust and faith, they come together, they're combined. And recently I've seen that people are ashamed of talking about faith. They are ashamed of admitting that they believe in something. Well, me, I believe strongly in God. And this year, I actually want to let go of that control, let go of trying to make everything the way that I want them to become, and just trust and have faith that God will do what is best for me. And I know some people don't believe that. It's okay, you believe in whatever you want. I'm not trying to impose anything. I'm just saying personally, I need to trust more, and I need to let things flow more, you know, and stop trying to grasp onto crazy control that I usually do, and just trust that God will do what has to be done, and that in His hands it will be a lot more beautiful than I could ever plan, than I could ever do. And our final goal for 2020, I look like like I'm doing some crazy dance. And number 7, and the final goal for this 2020, not the final because they will never be final, you always just add more goals, but the final one in this video is gratitude and living in the moment. I think those things, they come together, you know, gratitude and living in the moment. What I want to do in 2020 is don't let any moment slip. I want to grasp onto each moment and to live it fully. If I'm out with my friends, if I'm having something with my family, if I'm studying, if I'm doing anything, I want to acknowledge that that is happening, and I want to acknowledge that I am alive, you know, and that I don't want to skip to the next step, that I actually want to do that and go through with it, and and just live that. And gratitude comes in because the moment you're living something and you stop and say, thank you for the opportunity of living this. Thank you for the opportunity of having this experience. You are immediately put in that situation again, and then you get to live it fully, and you get to create great memories, and then 2020 will be the best year so far, those things. And living each moment fully is such a blessing, and it's something we are fully in control of. Just being there and saying, wow, this is happening, let me live this, let me stop worrying about the next thing, let me just do this, and be grateful for the opportunity that you get to do it. So this is it. This is my personal little diary of goals, and also a way of helping make your life better in 2020, my life better in 2020, because we are all learning, we are all living and growing, and these are just my tips, and I hope they help you. I hope they inspire you somehow. Maybe they inspire you to write a couple or 3 other different goals from mine, and just let's make this year great. Some of it is up to us, some of it is not, but the part that is up to us, let's make it the best possible. Thank you so much for watching. It is a pleasure having these conversations with you guys, and if you enjoy it too, please subscribe to my channel. I'm going to be really happy. Give it a thumbs up and comment down below which of the goals I mentioned is your favorite and that you plan on incorporating in your 2020. And if you're curious to see more about New York and about my New York Film Academy workshop, just make sure to follow me on Instagram, because I will be posting a lot of stories about it once I get there, and you can keep live track of what is going on. And of course, those things are coming to YouTube as well, so subscribe to my channel so you can see everything about it. Thank you for watching, and have an amazing 2020.